This wedding was an assignment for my Religion 2 class in Catholic school.
This one's wife. What's yours is mine. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. It is common when dealing with a narcissist to find that your possessions, your assets, become commandeered by the narcissist. Why is that? Well, it stems from the necessity, as always, of the pursuit of the prime aims. Utilization of your money, your assets, your possessions can assist with regard to control. For instance, the narcissist triangulates you with those items so that you react in a manner which is commensurate with the provision of control. Also, your reaction would provide fuel to the narcissist. But it's also about a residual benefit. By being able to access, for instance, your car and drive it around, the narcissist has the convenience of a method of transport without having to bear the initial outlay for paying for the vehicle and the running costs. In respect of taking money from your wallet or purse to spend, the narcissist is not reducing their own asset position, if they have some. They haven't had to earn that money, but they're able to use that money as a residual benefit to go and buy whatever it is they want to buy. The narcissist might move into your property, and invariably that occurs with undue haste with certain narcissists. Once again, what is your property, a house, is being used by that narcissist as a residual benefit. They've got somewhere to live, and they may not even be contributing to the mortgage, to the rent, to the running costs, the daily bills, etc. You might think to yourself, well, surely they should recognize that the property is one that they should contribute to, or that they can't keep using my car without offering something for fuel. Well, yes, they can. The narcissist operates with that sense of entitlement, whereby the narcissism explains that there's nothing wrong with what they are doing. Indeed, for many narcissists, it wouldn't even cross their mind that there is a problem with what they are doing. They just do it. They don't think to themselves, you know what, it's a bit cheeky of me really to be using this car and not paying any petrol, but fuck it. What does it matter? I'll do it anyway. No, they just do it. It doesn't occur to them that what they're doing is rather rude, is rather cheeky. It doesn't occur to the narcissist that they ought to be making some kind of contribution, or perhaps even asking to borrow the vehicle in the first place rather than just taking it. It doesn't occur to the narcissist that they should be contributing to the bills. Some narcissists will make the suggestion of doing so because that's part of the manipulation. But many narcissists, driven by their sense of entitlement, will take things which don't belong to them, use things which don't belong to them, access things that don't belong to them, and do so without any due consideration for the impact upon anybody else, because they have no emotional empathy for that person. Furthermore, the narcissist has no accountability for their behaviour. They are allowed to do what they want, and they cannot be held to account by being told, you ought not to have eaten that food from the fridge, it didn't belong to you. It does not compute with the narcissist. The narcissist is hungry, so they just take the food. They're not thinking about whose food it is, or that it might be used for something else. Their needs are paramount, and thus if they are hungry, they open the fridge and they take the food. The narcissist has no boundary recognition. People often talk about the necessity of being better at enforcing boundaries. It's entirely pointless in doing so with the narcissist because the narcissist doesn't recognize them. And thus, this combination of a sense of entitlement, an absence of emotional empathy of the person affected by the behavior, an absence of accountability, the necessity of asserting control, the need to draw fuel, the requirement for a residual benefit, and the absence of boundary recognition results in an outcome whereby your car gets regularly taken by the narcissist. The narcissist moves in with you very early on and doesn't contribute to the bills. The narcissist takes your clothing and wears it without asking you. The narcissist sells a possession of yours to convert it into money which they can use for something else, and so on and so forth. The narcissist treats other people's possessions as their own. There's no sense of remorse for doing so, no sense of guilt, purely a sense of entitlement. Should you challenge the narcissist about such behaviour, this, of course, threatens the narcissist's need for control, and you will be met with a haughty dismissal, a pity play, a long, involved, convoluted explanation as to why they'd taken it, that you'll be told, I thought that you wouldn't mind, or okay, I will pay you something. I'll do that next week for you. Future faking. Well, I thought it would be all right and I was in desperate straits and after all, we are best friends. I thought you'd want to help me out and now you're not. Now you're making me feel bad. They don't actually feel bad. They're saying that to make you feel bad. Pity play, application of guilt. You'll be met with a manipulation. And this one's wife, of course, is no different to any other narcissist when it comes to this inherent concept of what is yours is mine. And this has been neatly encapsulated in a blind item that has recently been put forward by Crazy Days and Nights, where the blind item states as follows. The illiterate one, i.e. this one's wife, was barred from using one friend's private jet because she was treating it like her own rather than asking if she could use it. As always, I'll leave it up to you to determine whether you believe the article or not, but on the basis that this is credible, what are we seeing here? Well, the typical behaviour of this one's wife. With her delusions of grandeur, she believes that she should be this A-list celebrity that is famous around the globe, hugely wealthy and loved by everybody, that she's able to get in a private jet and go where she wants. She doesn't want to be flying commercial. She has to talk to the pores if that happens. No, she wants the glamour of being able to drive into an airport, waiting in a private lounge or going straight onto the tarmac to a waiting private jet that she gets in. She doesn't have to deal with any of the pores. She can just sit down, remind herself of how wonderful she is, and fly direct to wherever she needs to go to. The fact is that finances being somewhat straitened, she isn't in a position to utilise a private jet to the extent that she would like. She can't afford her own, and it would appear that because of her sense of entitlement, she doesn't really want to pay for one either. Most likely a combination of being tight, part of that sense of entitlement, and quite possibly not necessarily having the money to do it. But that's not going to stop this one's wife from still flying private. Other people, of course, would realise, I'd very much like to fly in a private jet, but I don't have access to one and I can't afford one. Therefore, I can't fly in a private jet. That's the way that it is. But with this one's wife, her narcissism tells her, you're this one's wife. You're amazing, beautiful, stunning. You're saving the world. You deserve to fly on a private jet so that you can say to everybody, look at me. I'm on a private jet because I'm important. And everybody will love you because you're on a private jet. Thus, her narcissism tells her that she should fly on one. And thus, when she has access to somebody else's, rather than ask, she just demands it. She probably makes it so the case that her people contact the operators of the private jet without even telling the owner what they're doing in order to try and use it. And it's probably prompted a response from those that administered the private jet saying, hang on a second, has X approved your use of this? And it's got back to X, whoever that might be, possibly, say, Tyler Perry, who goes, whoa, hang on a minute. You didn't ask me if you could use it. You've just got your people to contact the company that runs the jet for me to say that you can use it. It doesn't work like that. You come and ask me first to see if you can use it. But that'd be typical of this one's wife. Why should I go and ask to use something? It's mine. Because the narcissism tells her she can do whatever she wants because the universe revolves around her. And whilst that blind item is speculative, it wouldn't surprise me if that were the case in relation to this one's wife, because like so many other narcissists, her mentality is, whatever is yours is actually mine. Your private jet is mine to use as I see fit. Deal with it. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.